Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. With me, Matt. We have a 2-2 here on Elst outskirts on the Western Front with the British Commonwealth in the action. It's the first time we see a 2v2 with the British Commonwealth in a while, I think. Anyway, we have Lennoris without a commander. And we have Kigrung also without a commander, both playing as the British Commonwealth. I'm excited to see what they will do. Represent the Germans today, we have double Waffen-SS with Accent, straight out the gate with propaganda tactics. And Maverick straight out the gate with Panther tactics. Let's see how that turns out. That must have been a misclick from Maverick's side. That's not good. That Stormpany is running back immediately. That's gonna hurt. They already sent Hitler Youth out though, to try and replace losses. Private sections are arriving here for the British and an early tech-up structure for one of them. Oh, and looks like Nurse has gone for the Royal Parachute Regiment. Interesting choice. We might see British paratroopers on the field. Parachutists. Well, we have just a basic rifleman coming out here for the other British player. Trying to secure the ground. A double sapper start here from Lennoris, allowing him to also get the first tech structure up while the other sapper is building some battlefield fortifications. And the British riflemen are also building some more fortifications as they move up. British are generally a very good faction at fortifying, which is what they were designed for in the Company of Heroes games. They're always very defensive-oriented factions. Apart from Company of Heroes 3, with Company of Heroes 3 they're actually quite all-rounder and somewhat mobile. You're going to encounter some Tommies here shortly. Yep, Ren gun opening fire here. Hitler Youth might be able to win that fight potentially, especially with the Company supporting, but there's not a rifle section nearby. So the British troops are pretty damn accurate, so they need to be cautious. Oh, and they're trapping those Stormpanies in the crossfire. And British infantry is just really good behind cover, so you need to be quite cautious when fighting them. But down here the British are still slowly just taking ground there. Being somewhat cautious by the looks of it. Not being overextending with the troops at the moment. So the British have to be cautious because their squads are smaller. That's to make up for the fact that individually the models are pretty damn good at what they do. The swords are pretty reliable. Looks like we also have the Totem Cup on the field here. There's no command choice from the other British player. The British are very quickly trying to dig in to hold their defensive line here. Looks like they've requisitioned machine guns. They can start to get a machine gun. We're going to see a Vickers heavy machine gun coming up. Hitler Youth digging in right in front of them. Somebody is now encountering the sappers here from Lennoris. Is Lennoris waiting for airborne troops before getting anything else? Because that might be what's going on here. Why they're not really getting anything else. They might just be waiting to get the airborne. We're going to see a Vickers machine gun first, then requisition for mortars. The Sprinters have to actually requisition their stuff. How it's set up at the moment. Hitler Youth sitting up behind some wooden planks here to try and hold. What's it? Planks or is it beams? More like beams at this point. So far they're holding on, but for how long is the question. They're actually shooting at this rifle section, which I probably should, because the rifle section have no cover out here. Biggest machine gun coming up here to hold the northern flank. Able the Mthis is trying to push it down here with some Totenkopf. But the rifle section is moving nearby to try and stop them with their... Oh, they just decided to fall back instead. Yes, they do not want that fight evidently. Machine guns are down inside the structure here. Different four manages to be set up here by the Waffen-SS. We just have to be somewhat cautious. But the British do hold this northern flank with the fuel point. Still losing the southern part of the map at the moment to the Germans. And the machine gun won't have an easy time moving up here with the MG08 shooting at them. I don't actually think this biggest machine gun can do anything at the moment. It might have to just pull back, as it has been able to hold fire. It's not going to work when it's under fire itself, as you can see. not sure what's going on here with Linus. A little bit off. Okay, well, the other British forces are doing their best up here. Let's get some shots down there on the Storm Pioneers and so far working. That's a rifle grenade? Oh, that's a knee mortar! Right, that's a knee mortar. I forgot that's actually a thing. Yeah, the British 5.6 can upgrade with the knee mortar sometimes to get a shot in. But it's not looking good here for the southern flank of the Brits. Use his charge of the structure. But the MG8 is gonna get out. Nope. MG8 is gone. And the structure is gonna burn down as well. But the British have lost the munitions point, which is a huge deal. But we have a plane coming in. Are we gonna see the British paratroopers arriving on the battlefield? Looks like we might, yeah. The British paratroopers are arriving. Assault team here. Looks like Linus is gonna go for some British paratroopers to work with. You can upgrade with some stolen MP40s here. Apparently British paratroopers like to use stolen equipment because you can actually use the Sten magazine with the MP40. They are like mutually work with each other, which is a very unique little feature of those submachine guns actually. So the British paratroopers could just grab the German MP40s and use their own Sten magazines with it. Which is really fascinating. Commander said this might be Royal Armor, Royal Tank. It is Royal Tank. Okay, we might see Churchills today then. On the northern flank here. The 7th Armor just sitting up there fighting positions. British just have to really hold on until they get to the later part of the game. That was not having a good time there. MT-42 the Totenkopf doing a lot of work. And 5.6 hits a minefield there. Oh, and another minefield there, they get killed. Not looking good here for Linus so far. But it's a very hard faction to play as I understand. Like, they're the most complex to play as, so you have to be very cautious. When that AT gun is not going to do well, you have to pull it back. And I think his machine gun is going to be in German hands now. You know, the Brits on the northern flank is still holding on. There's some long distance firefights here. So Maverick relies a lot on the Hitler Youth here for the most part. The primary infantry. They can certainly do the job for being cheaper, but they lack some of the same anti-tank capabilities. Also, we have a mortar emplacement being set up here by the British on the northern flank. Might just get the work done. See a flanking attempt here from the Storm Pioneers, but the Vickers machine gun manages to clip them. And Rifles are just going to try and stop them. And they all know they're not fine. That's a negative cover on that little stream there. And that's going to be a lost squad.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
The Brits are trying to advance down here again. Zappers are going to have gotten the extra man thanks to the faction upgrades. The British paratroopers are starting to move out again. MP40s and Stens being upgraded here. So I think they're fully equipped with submachine guns, actually. That's a lot of automatic firepower. On a single squad, no less. Like, lots of fire here. But there's an S-mine hits them. You want to be careful with those S-mines about. I don't think the Sappers can win that engagement. Was just pulling back here. They can also heal, but they need a way to reinforce. Probably gonna get over here and then retreat. I imagine it's the safer move. With that grenade, they're gonna run off. Well, up here, the British are still advancing some of their rifle sections. Haven't been upgraded with the 5th man yet. The mortar placement is going to certainly do some work. If they can do... Oh, rifle section got mowed down. We're trying to set up fortified emplacements here, but it's not really working out. Mortar emplacement probably needs to get to work. It's recharging from its strike, evidently. Fires 10 shells? Yeah, that thing actually fires a lot of shells when it does its barrage. Holy shit. I guess it makes sense because it is 2 mortars firing instead of 1. There's also a German mortar arriving here. But neither side is really getting a lot of ground at the moment. We do see a crowd more calling here from the Royal Parachute Regiment. Then at least from the United States. It's an American half-track with, what, 50 caliber machine guns on it. Sabba's actually getting some good shots now that these Storm Grenadiers are getting a little bit too close. Impact grenade on. Oh, and that's why you don't want to get close to Sabba's. Those impact grenades can really mess up your day. And the Volksturm Panzerjägers die too. That's suddenly some huge losses for the Waffen-SS down here. But the Sabba's not bad. They're pretty good at what they do, actually. And also the parachute troops are ready to move out again. The paratroopers. Well, the mortar emplacement does its best. Just trying to harass the area with smoke rounds. I guess they want to make an opening to move in and try and take the point themselves. Yeah, I guess if the shells do hit something, it will cause some damage. Needs to be a direct hit, basically. And with that, the Savs can move and throw a satchel. That's actually really smart. Yep, so that machine gun might be dead. And that close, I think the Sab was actually win out, so the Hitler you'll have to just get out of there. And good impact rate, almost killed the entire squad off. But down here the Storm Grenadiers doing their best to try and hold the British Sappers at bay. Even calling in a flak half-track of their own and some veteran Grenadiers. Unique squad available to propaganda. Only have one in the field at a time though.
Send your orders!
Yeah, this flak half-track is not being used that often, but it's actually really good. Like someone has some internet issues potentially back when this match was going on. The Crowdmoor can actually deal with this half-track, but needs to get the first shots in. But if this flag half-track starts hitting the Crowdmoor, it's gonna get completely torn to shreds. That's gonna be like that for either side of them. And we just have some more exchanges here on the northern flank. Crowdmoor moves up and gets some shots at the Storm Grenadiers. Storm Grenadiers don't want to be anywhere near a meat chopper. That's also the alternative name for it. I think meat chopper is actually a good name for it.
Prepare for combat.
Mortar placement is doing its best to deal with the German mortars now. A Valentine tank has also arrived here for the British. A somewhat light tank, with a surprisingly decent gun for its size. It should not be underestimated. It can do some good damage. But its armor leaves a lot to be desired at this point in the war. We are fairly late in the war at this point, and the Valentine's armor is just not up to scratch.
Contact! It's a bit touch and go!
Putting high explosive armor, that's Patrick. And yeah, one Patrick is all it takes.
We've just lost some armor. Fueled and ready. Awaiting instructions. Loaded and ready.
Mortar and a recon team being prepared here by the British paratroopers. We have further tech up going on here for the Royal Tank Regiment. Another AT gun and another machine gun. There's some SS Panzer Grenadiers on the field now. Be equipped with some Sturmgewehrs and an MG42, but they have to push out over a lot of open terrain here. It's just not an easy place to advance. Plus the automatic fire is just too much here for them to handle. You can see. Down here the flak attack is trying to fight here, but Crowdmoor and the Sappers take it down in conjunction with each other. The Commonwealth can do a lot of work, as you can see. Just ripping into the veterans. Folkestone Panzerjägers are trying to run it down. Managed to be lucky here. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, pulling off. That's not good. They didn't pull off their Panzerfaust assault. Something good here for accents. They still hold the necessary ground, but that's a shame because that means the meat chopper is still active. Fighting somewhat quiets down. We have an airdrop of fuel coming in for the British base. All allied tank doctrines can do this. Regardless of faction. British mortar arrived here. Worked fine quickly. Here's the Recce team. Some smoke again. Oh, Folkestone Grenadiers got spotted. Or Folkestone Panzerjägers rather. I got mowed down in seconds, as you can see. Not leaving much. There's 7% Mansky with a captured German Flammenwerfer throwing a grenade there on the building. That's another building denied to the Germans. The Mthis is not doing well. They're suffering heavy losses. Up here, the Germans are having issues advancing, but they are holding the British at bay, I suppose. Whether the British are pushing much up here, they're mostly just being defensive. The British are now setting up to push through. Because K inside the trench via the rifle section. Because K is a really damn good light machine gun. Basically like a British MG42 when you think about it. Very high rate of fire. The Storm Grenadiers have to pull back. Much fire comes their way. Uma is waiting about, but I think the British know it's there. No, they actually do not. They see it on the minimap, but they don't know what it is. They just know there's a light vehicle there. Some folks don't be now called in from the propaganda tactics. We have some replacement Storm Pioneers being prepared here from the Panther tactics. Looks like we have a Ford assembly being prepared by the British. More fuel cells dropped in. We have 17 pounder now being prepared here by the paratroopers.
Units are now ready to use Anvil defensive drills and tactics. Send orders.
Mortar placement's getting to work again. We're just trying to get shells in, but the German mortars are in counter barrage mode. They're going to be a little bit more accurate. They are hitting a larger target. But it is also a fortified target. So it should technically win out in a mortar duel.
This is what we're trained for.
Give us a spot. There's mines in the center from the British. Recce team remains there silent. Keep an eye on things and reporting it back. The German mortar trying to activate the minefield? I don't really think that's how that's gonna work. The troops remains about. Now they know there's a Puma there. I actually think the Crowdmower can actually deal with a Puma if it can get on the right angle. But the boys 85 should also do if it can penetrate. So far it's failing to penetrate. There we go, they're gonna penetrate the shot there, so now the Puma's in trouble. And there it goes, 80 gun hit it from the side. That the meat show can actually start to advance. Germans here lacking AT equipment. Oh, there's a Puma trying to move through the center here too. Also got taken down by the British paratroopers with the AT gun. Not looking good here for the Germans all of a sudden. Suddenly the battle has shifted in the British favor. Yeah, he thought the British were at the back foot early on. How quickly a battle can change its direction. Oh, will assume that he's trying to go for it. It's a risky thing to do with a meat chopper. As you can see, the meat chopper just cuts into the infantry and tears them to shreds. When before managed to get a salvo off there. And the meat chopper joins in. And moves them down. That's just up to the veterans, but they're about to be flanked by some paratroopers. And automatic weapons opening up. That was a gammon bomb. Hands of Everest arrived on this quickly opening fire. Up here, the Germans are still just digging in and waiting. They might be waiting for some kind of heavier Panzer to get, or perhaps the Panzer Ace. No, wait, the Panzer Ace would be from propaganda here. Might be just be a Tiger or Panther they're waiting for. They could get a Panther here if they wait a little bit longer. Panther, I think, would be a good choice, personally. We're gonna see Goliath. Ooh, Goliath's neat. Like a small tracked remote controlled explosive, which also has technology that would lead to radio cars, I'm pretty sure. Used in the same manner. We do see a Churchill here, which just makes sense. When you're seeing a Royal Tank Command, it would be a shame not to see the Churchill come onto the battlefield. You know, the Churchill Mark IV. Equipped with armored, with track armor and Vickers Go on the top. You know, down here, the Germans are trying to resecure some points. It looks like the Paris was doing their best to try and hold them back with their automatic weapons. Some folks coming down here, but they cannot secure points. Remember, militia units and such cannot secure points anymore. They, however, can do scorched earth, which might be worth doing if they can pull it off. Just to deny the point to the British. But the flamethrower clears them out. Panzer missed the Churchill here. Well, the Churchill is a really well armored vehicle, so it's going to be very hard for the Germans to just deal with at range. Panzer is still trying, but it has to deal with the machine guns on the thing. Well, the Churchill does have a fairly lackluster gun for its size. It can still do a lot of work with how fast it can fire it. Do not underestimate it under any circumstance. Panzer opens fire here. Doesn't hit too much, to be honest. High explosive there takes out a squad. As the Churchill slowly advances, supported by some Royal Sappers. Those sandbags are not going to hold forever. But you can see they do prevent some shells from getting through. We do have a Panzer J arriving here. And so Mthis as well. J threatened the church to stay back. It is using APCR, which does have increased chance to penetrate. There's no guarantee against something as heavily armored as the Churchill. The Churchill is really heavily armored. I think only the IS-2 is more armored than this thing on the Allied side. I guess the Jumbo too. Actually, the Churchill might be more armored than the Jumbo. I'm not actually certain. Just know the Churchills are really hard to crack. It's basically a moving brick. Not looking good for the Mthis on the southern flank, however. The Goliath might have blown up somewhere. Tracks have been heavily damaged here on the Churchill, so it might actually be stuck shortly. If it gets a little bit more damage in on it, it'll probably end up being stuck. Oh, Panzerfauger penetrated there by the quickfire gun. Because I think it's called the quickfire because of how quickly you can reload it. Supposed to be operating with a tank commander. If you're playing as well a tank, you'd have to get both the machine gun and the tank commander on the Churchill at the same time. Which is a pretty big deal, actually. That's a lot of extra, well, utility for the tank. But usually you have to pick between one or the other. But as well, tank commander, you can just have both. Churchill, I suppose, is such a big vehicle. I think I exploded around there. That's a dead Panzerjäger. Looks like the Churchill's gonna advance, despite not being fully repaired yet. But the Churchill moves very fast to begin with. So the mobility damage is not actually a big problem for it, I guess. That's what is going to try and get into a position to try and fight it. But it has to be cautious. A few shots is all it takes for the Churchills to have to show its worth here. But if the Panzer IV... Oh yeah, that's a penetration right there. That's going to slow the Churchill down. Now we have some rockets going in. Panzer IV does go down. Panzer IV hits behind, however. Not looking good here for the Germans all of a sudden. The last two Mthis on the field and they are going to start opening fire. He's the one that can afford to have firing. But no rocket hits close enough. Also mobilize it though, but the British nearby just to get ready to repair it. Which actually should be fixed here shortly. And Churchill is on the move. Yeah, a Pershing, but this is a Churchill. A Churchill is not a it's not a Pershing. This thing is far more armored. Yeah, British weapons are very different from American weapons. You have to really change how you think about it. Also, the Panzer IVs on the southern flank have done its work. Pushing some of the British back and we are securing the hill points. Now Panzer IVs to quickly relocate to help against the Churchill up here. The Churchill's just causing too many issues. Hussars remaining behind it, the Prince's Zone. All rockets are going in. Gonna try and hunt down those two Mthis. It looks like we'll succeed killing one of them. Oh. Takes out one there. Optics damage though. And if those Hitler get close enough, they can throw a Panzerknacker on it. Yeah, Panzerknacker is on it. Oh, that was actually a grenade. Let's see what that was. Panzerknacker going on it though. That might be under the Churchill. And one Panzerknacker is all it takes. Like, you just have to get close and get a Panzerknacker. And that's all it takes to destroy even the heaviest allied tank. The thing is just getting that close, so the Churchill actually did a mistake driving that close to the enemy. I assume they misclicked because the Panzer Grenadiers here from the Hitler Youth do have the Panzerknacker. And for only 30 munitions, you can destroy practically everything. As it does say, it's a very risky thing to do, but it's guaranteed to almost destroy any target. The thing is just getting there. Combat tank is being prepared by the Royal Tank Regiment though after the loss of their Churchill. And this mortar emplacement is doing a lot of work. Leo for trying to get into position again. We also have some Panzergrenadiers arriving. We're live setting up here to wait for a new target. The Volkssturm are moving about. Those Volkssturm Panzerjägers did a lot of work destroying that church. They like to get into veterancy free because of it. They can do a lot of good stuff if they can get into the right position. So we have another paradrop going in. Oh, they're doing a supply drop. That's the thing the Royal Air Force can do. Also, a Firefly keeping in line to center road here. A British Sherman with a 17-pounder installed, I'm pretty sure.
The enemy have destroyed a forward position.
Panzer IV keeps trying to threaten the British here. But there's a Comet now in the field, also armed with a 17-pounder, I'm pretty sure. Got a good penetrating shot there. Now the Comet has the unique thing of using discarding saber rounds usually. Oh, it's actually swapped to normal AP rounds, which has a lower chance to penetrate but also more damage. While the saber rounds here, the APDS, it has a high chance to penetrate but does less damage. It's a very unique mechanic for the Comet. Well, the high explosive from that Firefly did not do much. The Panzer IV is kind of stuck here. Oh, and the German infantry is suffering heavy losses. Rockets are going in. Might see a Gammon bomb here. Yeah, that's a Gammon bomb. That's going to destroy the tank. Yep. Panzergrenadiers are moving up, but it's a little bit too late at this point. Goliath is on the move. Never know where this thing will strike. But if it's hit by something that can pierce it, it's almost destroyed almost immediately. But against normal small arms fire, it's practically invulnerable. But what are they gonna do with it? The Comet is turning its gun. Looks like the Firefly got it up. More Stukas and Fuss rockets going out. That's heavy mobility damage there. You're also seeing a bishop coming in. Is it a bishop? No, it's called something else. Sexton, that's the word. I'm pretty sure that's a sexton. And mobile howitzer on the Sherman chassis, I'm pretty sure. Run by the British. There's a 25-pounder on it. The Volkssturm are being called in to try and replace many of the losses here. We also have a Gauleiter. Provincial governor appointed by the Nazi party. With some Volkssturm as part of his bodyguard. This is not actually a military command, I'm pretty sure. This is just a party official being forced to the front line. You can also do Endsieg, where it actually prevents German troops from retreating. Those are cool little things. You can also call in a Volkssturm evidently when you lose troops. Unique little things this guy can do that we rarely get to see. You also have a Tiger Ace on the field here, as you can see. Unique call-in available too. Propaganda tactics can usually turn the tide of a battle sometimes. Against 17-pounder weapons, we'll have to see how effective it will be. You know, the Sexton is trying to cause some harassment. Oh, it missed the universal carrier there. It is a small target. Was trying to attack round. I would personally order it to hold fire its main gun and infantry because that feels like a waste of shells. Oh, high explosive incendiary did not hit. Happens sometimes. Target tank be prepared by the actual panzer tactics. Will it be enough against the 17 pounders? That's the question. So most of the fighting has devolved to fighting up here in the northern part of the front line. Several more comets are being prepared by the Royal Tank Regiment. Yes, as soon as Toonfield tries to get some ground here spotting, but there's just too much here to prevent it from advancing. That's a Vigilance 5 mortar pit. Artillery's been calling, but he might have to get pinned before he can call that in. Nope, he actually did manage to call it in. Or gets fired up by the mortars. Smoke arriving, but that's not gonna do much if there's something to push. Tempest advancing here, spotting the Tiger Ace. Oh, shot there from the Comet. Looks like it's swapping back to armor piercing. Yeah, it's swapped back to armor piercing. But it does need armor piercing against the Tiger. I think it can easily penetrate the Tiger with normal AP rounds. It still needs to be cautious though. That 88mm can do a lot of work. Oh, and that rocket hit straight in the Comet. Other Comet advanced, but it's not in the best of spots. Sexton is summoning fire. Penetration there on the Tiger Ace. It's using the AP, the Saber rounds though. Which is why it's penetrating a lot more, but it's not doing as much damage. Renegade team has spotted that. The Fox do get mowed down. But his armor's on the move. Tiger Tank needs to make a decision soon. Hit by a 17 pounder there. More rockets going in. Laying out the 17 pounder crew. Transfers tried to go off, but the tank's back off. Another Comet's being prepared behind us. Sexton has been called in by the Royal Parachute Regiment. Landed with some more artillery. Tiger Ace is in a bad spot here. Fails to penetrate. Comet does a pretty decent armor for... has pretty good armor actually. Tiger Ace might not be able to back off in time. There it goes. I think the Germans are in big trouble now. As the other Tiger can get the work done here. I feel against 17 pounders, Panthers might be the better choice, personally. Oh, not looking good there for the Panzer Grenadiers. The Germans not gonna last long anymore, I think. The British tanks are just advancing bit by bit. And this Tiger is doing anything to try and prevent this. It's a very hard position for it to be in. AT grenade going out here. Will that be enough to do some heavy damage? Yep, that's some damage there. Actually destroys the gun. That's exactly the opening that the British tanks are waiting for. Shooting through the smoke here. They are using the saber rounds, so they will penetrate much more reliably. Panzerfaust going off. Destroying the gun on this one. But the Sextons meanwhile also bring fire. Other comet comes up, Firefly right behind it. Swap into saber rounds. But the Germans surrender at this point. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Bye bye.